Hello and welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me again for another night of Facebook Live. I also want to recognize those that catch me on the replay from YouTube and or SoundCloud. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, author, educator, and public speaker. It is indeed a blessing to be here with you tonight. As tonight we're asking the question, are you being deceived? Are you being deceived? So this is just leading up to our series. We have an Untapped series that we will be starting tomorrow night, where we really want to get into some of the more serious issues that we continue to live with from day to day. And so I do appreciate you guys being here with me, and as you guys are logging on, please feel free to like and share this video. Like and share this video as we will get ready to get started here tonight. Also, guys, I'm including in the comment section for you the link to our YouTube channel, so that you guys can like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to be sure that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos, especially with the series that we have coming up starting tomorrow. Also, on another note, we know that some of us are getting ready to head back into work, and I do notice that some of the use of the social media has slowed down. So I am considering moving the Facebook Lives back an hour or an hour and a half. So instead of coming on at 10 p.m. live, I'm looking at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So I would like to have you guys feedback on what you think about that, since most of us are getting ready to go back into work and get back on the work schedule. And so we know that 10 o'clock is a late hour, but initially I set it at this hour due to the high usage of the internet, and being that 10 o'clock was the time that most of us were winding down. So I'd like your feedback on that. So those of you that are logging on with me tonight, if you would, give me a shout out. Let me know that you're there. Say hello. I won't hold you long tonight, as I have not tried to hold you long here for the next few days, because I am getting ready for the mini-series on Untapped. So we want to talk about the intimate issues that and topics that we don't talk about in some of the areas that we are continuing to be stuck. And so last night I offered you guys an opportunity to receive a free audiobook copy of Struggling to Forgive, because forgiveness is going to play a major role in moving forward. And so some of you guys really did cash in on that and requested your free copy of that audio book, and I hope that it blesses you. And if you've checked your email, you should see that that audio book should be in your email, and so you can confirm whether or not that you received that already, if you would. And I hope that it blesses you and does your soul well. Okay, so tonight I want to pose the question, are you being deceived? And this is important also moving into preparing for the Untapped series, is because many of us live lives in which we are deceived or being deceived, and we are not aware. And so when I say that we are being deceived, many of us consider ourselves to be strong women. We consider ourselves to be resilient. We consider ourselves to be free. We consider ourselves to be uh, loving and watchful, and we consider ourselves to be Christian. We consider ourselves to be able to take on almost anything. We have this array about us that we're untouchable, or we are unbothered by a lot of things. And so, guys, we know that we as women, we are made up a little differently. We are made up to where we have that kind of bounce back power, that bounce back strength. And sometimes we're deceived at whether or not we really possess these characteristics. And so this is the question I wanted to pose to you tonight, for you to really think about. Are we really those things, or have we been deceived? Or are we being deceived? Have we just been conditioned, or have we just been fooled to think that we are all these things? And the reason why I say that is because sometimes we as women, we think that we are all these things, but in reality, hey Keisha, how are you tonight, baby? I'm glad you're here with me. So grateful you're here with me tonight, and thanks for giving me a shout out, letting me know that you're there. What we really are is we're really bitter. We're bitter because we felt like, or we feel like, life has not really given us a fair shot. We feel like we have been robbed of certain successes, or robbed of certain things in our life. Many of us are angry. And so when we have up this wall of being tough and resilient and things like that, what it really comes out is we're angry. We're angry. We're mad because he done us this way, and we're angry because now all of a sudden I wasn't good enough, and now he's with this woman and I'm better than her. So we have this anger that's built up, and so we think that it's strength, and we think that it's bounce back, but in reality we're really angry. We really feel neglected or betrayed in some kind of way, and it produces anger that sometimes we mistake it as strength or as being strong. We are jealous. Many of us are feel like we have to be jealous or in competition with someone else, and so that causes a level of frustration in us. It causes us not to really bond and have those relationships with other women that we may otherwise find helpful and productive. So this is why I posed a question to you, for us to really take a look at ourselves before we move into our mini series, to really think, are we being deceived? Are we really being deceived into thinking that we're this strong, resilient woman, when really we're bitter and we're angry and we're jealous and we're condescending and all these other things? And if so, if we find ourselves being deceived, we have to find a way out of that. We have to find a way to really get to the root of what it is that we're really feeling, so that we can be those strong women, so that we can be those resilient women that we believe that we are. So we see people, we meet women. We as women, we tend to look at other women, and we tend to look at every part of them. We look at the life they're living. We're looking at the clothes they're wearing. We're looking at the behaviors. We're looking at their relationships. We're looking at their careers. We're looking at everything of a woman. We can look at and break down bit by bit. And so when we're analyzing and evaluating and really looking at each other, what is it that in our heart, what is it that we're really feeling? What is it that we're really, what scale or what reason are we really judging and analyzing another woman? And so these are the things, sometimes we look at women and we admire them. We admire their courage. We admire the way that they raise their children. We admire the way they interact with their families. There's so many things. But when we really look at it, have we been deceived into thinking that what we're doing is we're judging rightfully so, or have our motives been due to anger and bitterness and jealousy and things like that? And have we used our influence of how we feel about one another to cause someone else not to interact or engage or to reach out to one another? So that's the question I wanted to pose for you tonight, and only you and you alone are able to answer that question, whether or not you are being deceived. And if so, if you think that there is a possibility, or if there is a least bit of chance that you haven't been all that you thought that you were, and that you have been deceived, and that you have been operating from a place of frustration, or a place of bitterness, or a place of jealousy, or being condescending, when it comes to really establishing healthy, whole relationships with other women, then this is something that we need to take a look at. And that's why I want to invite you to join me for the next several days for the Untapped mini series. We really want to break down each component as it relates to us women, and really look at it for what it is, and really address some of the issues that we have gone through and that we've suffered through, that really has us angry, that really has us bitter, that really has us frustrated, and we don't know how to really get over it. We've just learned to suppress it. And so I want to talk about these issues with you. I want to break it down. And as always, I want this to be a safe place for us to talk. And so I'm going to assume the role of all the issues that we're going to talk about, so that you have a safe place to process the information that I want to share with you, and that you have a safe place to really think about and be ready to deal with, or be ready to finally be aware of what is going on with us as a womanhood, as a sisterhood, and so that we can really dig in. So I invite you to join me starting tomorrow night. We're going to start the Untapped series, and come back and be with me. It's not an easy place to be. It's not. I don't take any of it lightly, but for you to join me and to be here, and let's help one another, and let's really get to a place of healing together, starting our journey with uncovering some of those things that we've only been taught to suppress and deceive ourselves. So let's really look at it. So meet me back here starting tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Also, guys, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. in the comment section there. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, do that, because if you cannot catch the lives here in the Untapped series, you will be able to catch the replays there on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys for being here. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, author, educator, and public speaker. I'll see you right back here tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Good night, everybody.